What does being goth mean to you?
Just representing the darker side of things, and seeing the beauty in even like darker situations. Just, really, for me, it's an expression. Really, it's you're able to express yourself. It's wearing all black, listening to music, you know.
Expressing yourself. I like that. This is Josh Saunders, aka KingCobraJFS. Josh is a YouTuber and has been for many years. He's well known on YouTube for many things. His famous drink combos, which are generally a mix of many different things, often including alcohol. His food hacks / cooking videos transport you to another world of culinary art as he mixes his favorite ingredients in an unorthodox manner. Josh plays guitar, he sings, he gets involved in world politics. Josh is a man of many interests, but as you can probably tell, this isn't why people are interested in him. People watch Josh because of the things he says, his eccentric nature, his shameless content, and of course the interactions between him and his trolls, which goad him into making more and more content. I've been watching Josh for a while now. I've been fascinated by him. I've constantly asked myself for years why people enjoy his content. Why do I enjoy his content? What keeps me watching this internet spectacle? The question that I was asking myself was the reason that I made this video. I needed to figure out what was so appealing about the man inside the screen. The only way I could find the answer was to break the screen, to shatter the glass between me and him. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. Who is Josh Saunders and why are people so fascinated by him? We'll go over my journey to try and meet him and film a documentary about him. We'll talk about the trip that I made to see him and the interview that I eventually did with him. And finally, we'll get to see if I got any answers to the questions that I was asking myself. If you're sitting there right now asking yourself who this man is, trust me, we'll get there. I won't leave you in the dark. Hey Dad, it's me, your favorite son, and today I'd like to talk about KingCobraJFS. So who exactly is KingCobraJFS? KingCobraJFS, or Joshua Faye Saunders, is a YouTuber first and foremost. He began making YouTube videos in his youth. Back then, Josh's content was very different than it is now, and people gravitated to him for very different reasons. Josh was a young guy full of hopes, inspirations, and dreams that young guys in small towns usually are. He originally started making videos as Gothic King Cobra 52, living in his parents' basement. The appeal of these videos at the time was pretty clear. Josh would talk to the camera, rambling about his life, his friends, girls he was seeing or wanted to see at the time. It was a slice of life, an honest and open window into a young man's world, his thoughts, his feelings, his opinions.
And it's like this every day for me, I get, me and my dad were doing okay for a while, and then we had one of our stupid huge fights like we usually have, and I fucking hate him right now, So, I'm just so tired. I'm so fed up with all this shit, man. It gets so nerve-wracking.
The reason I love these early videos so much is that they feel very Americana to me. I've met people like young Josh. Loads of people, actually. Young weirdos in small towns dreaming of making it big. This early content is kind of endearing in hindsight.
It was a time of youthful ignorance and ambition and drive and, playing the guitar and then messing up. And then instead of just being like, oh, I'm a rock god that can do anything, there was this level of, oh, look, like I know I'm not the best, but I'm going to keep playing and I'm going to get to be the best. I miss that.
Even at the time, though, Josh was a lol cow. People liked messing with him and seeing his reaction. They tried to elicit some response from our prospective YouTuber here.
I'd like to read you some of the comments that amuse the fuck out of me because they have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Who taught you how to put a guitar strap on?
Over time, Josh's content would change drastically. He would get his own place, get a girlfriend, lose that girlfriend, and an entire cast of characters would be introduced to us. Josh's early content is not only different in respect to Josh's demeanor and talking points, but also the amount of people that were in his videos. Josh would bring in new characters to the Cobraverse like Homeboy Scotty, Alex Warlord Campbell, Couch Chris, Darflinny B, Scrapper Steve, the list goes on and on. There are some peak moments with these people, and some of the highlights of Josh's career were seeing him interact with others.
Anyways, tubes, I'll catch you all on the flip side. I'm going to continue Facebook Live, I think, just a bit longer.
Hey Scott, I have your daughter. You want to see her?
He had people to bounce off of, someone to give him a back and forth. But this can't be the only reason that people like Josh, right? He can't be just some weird YouTube guy with even weirder friends. Another staple of Josh's content are his cooking videos. Josh loves to whip up strange concoctions in his kitchen. The appeal of these videos are seeing how weird his recipes can get, and also the imminent threat of Josh burning his apartment down at any second.
God damn it.
Josh also loves to drink. This is most prevalent in his newer content, but our boy has always been a big drinker. He's got to figure out some way to shake up these beverages, so he applies a similar thought process to the liquid he consumes. These can be as simple as mixing Mountain Dew and Blue Moon, which Josh likes to call Cobra's Mist, to something like the Cobra's Blood, which mixes red wine and Monster Energy. Josh is also a goth, and this affects a large part of his personality. He reflects this in the way he dresses, the music he listens to. He even sells wands online. Josh loves snakes as well. Considering his name, it's pretty obvious. In the early days of his YouTube career, he even had an entire religion based around snakes. But these are just the things that Josh would label himself as. People also love to watch Josh for his mistakes. This goes hand in hand with his trolls, the people that love to mess with him. Some of these trolls are lighthearted, doing something that creates a piece of content that we can all enjoy, like sending Josh a fake cigar that turns out to be a prank snake.
2 cigars directly from Cuba. What? Yeah, fuck my asshole trolls. A glitter bomb. Ha, you guys got me.
The other side of this are the extreme trolls, the ones that will swat Josh or get him fired from his job. The other reason people like to watch Josh are the things that he says. Sometimes he doesn't really realize what he's saying or doesn't think about it before it leaves his mouth.
Like, Jesus Christ, this fucking asshole shut up a school full of innocent children, dude. Who the fuck does that? These poor bastard kids have their whole life ahead of them.
That's one thing you hear a lot, the unintentional comedic timing of Cobra. Cobra has he's probably masterclass, #1, top 0.0001% of the entire world population, unintentional comedic timing. To where people have suspected over the years that this was scripted. There's got to be, somebody behind the scenes. It's an ARG.
He doesn't really know why he's funny, and when he isn't really meaning to be. Everything up till now has just seen Josh being a weird guy. Nothing really that offensive to be found here. He's just an eccentric dude that people like to make fun of online. But Josh's content has drastically changed over the years. The Josh that we'll find on YouTube now is nothing like the young man that was living in his parents' basement all those years ago. Now, Josh mostly sits on stream and drinks alcohol while ranting about whatever new thing that he's latched onto. The characters that we loved before are mostly gone at this point, moved on to different things. Josh doesn't really get out much, so we don't really see him in the wild. He has recently come into a lot of attention, though, with people like ABBA and Preach and Danny Brown putting him into the spotlight. But a lot of these new viewers are really just sitting and waiting for another drunk meltdown. They want Josh to get housed so they can make him angry and get a clip on stream. Over the years, people have commented that Josh seems to have declined in health. He seems to speak a lot slower than he used to. He doesn't really eat all that much, and when he does, it's junk food. He drinks a lot. And recently he started doing Duster, which was sparked by a fan sending him some in the mail.
I think the person who sent them Duster should like Minecraft themselves. I think that people who like send them booze are like unironically morally wrong.
This is all extremely concerning for very obvious reasons. It seems that we're watching Josh sink slower and slower into the chair that he spends most of his days in. These issues seem to split the viewers into two camps though. Personally, I watch Josh because I find him interesting, but I want to see him get better. I would like him to make some upward progress. Even though he's dumb, I don't want him hurt or anything really bad to happen to him.
Anybody who hears me and might think to themselves, God, this guy hates Cobra. I don't. I truly and wholeheartedly don't. And every time I tune in, because I do, I'm a regular watcher. I hope it gets a little better. I hope we see a little effort. But that's not the case. That's never going to be the case. I'm just an optimist.
This is the camp that most people fall into. Others don't really subscribe to this belief, and a lot of people just like the decline. They want to surf this wave down and see how far it can go. This was the genesis of the documentary. I wanted to meet Josh and see for myself. I wanted to see if these issues were as real as me or people online were making them out to be. I also wanted to see what Josh was like in real life. I wanted to see if he was closer to the old Josh or if he was just like that all the time. I also just wanted to profile him. He's eccentric and incredibly interesting. So in December of 2022, I decided to make it my mission to take a trip and head out to Casper, Wyoming to meet Joshua Saunders. I first decided to try and get Josh's number. The most direct method, just contact him straight through. Josh doesn't really have any social media other than Facebook. No Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, just Facebook and YouTube. I tried to call him, but that didn't really work at all. Right. I'm gonna try calling Cobes.
Hello, you've reached Josh Saunders, Gothic King Cobra, aka KingCobraJFS. I can't come to the phone right now because I'm busy kicking ass at life and being a badass. If you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're one of my trolls, get a life, losers. If you're one of my fans, thank you for the support. If you're friends, family, or anyone else, will get back to you ASAP. Thank you, and have an awesome day. Praise Lucifer, black flame to light my green smoke. Bye-bye.
Hey Josh, this is your favorite son.
We're aka KingCobraJFS. I can't come to the phone right now because I'm busy kicking ass at life and being a badass. You've reached Josh Saunders, Gothic King Cobra, aka KingCobraJFS.
Everything with this whole thing just seems like one step forward, two steps back. On the train, I still couldn't help but worry about what was going to happen when we got to Casper. Were we going to be greeted by a vacant apartment? Would Josh just not want to do the documentary and completely avoid talking to us? I had all of these thoughts before. They weren't anything new. But suddenly, sitting on a train with less than 24 hours between me and Casper, Wyoming, they became a lot more real. We rented a car and drove 4 hours from Denver to Josh's hometown with the hopes that his apartment wouldn't be empty by the time we got there. When we arrived in Casper, we checked into the hotel and immediately got ready to go see Josh. I tried to call him one more time before we left, just to see if he would answer.
Hello, you've reached Josh Saunders, Gothic King Cobra, aka KingCobraJFS. I can't come to the phone right now because I'm busy kicking ass at life and being a badass.
We drove over to his apartment and I decided to head in alone. No mics, no cameras, just me and him. Josh is a very reserved person, especially these days. I was also operating off of the idea that Josh literally had no memory of who I was or that I was even coming. Even without that, Josh can be kind of standoffish and mistrusting. This is mostly due to the fact that he's been trolled so much over the years. It can be kind of hard to trust someone or let them in if they could end up being a troll in disguise. I wanted our first meeting to be pure, and I didn't want to scare him off with cameras right away. I knocked on Josh's door, and walking up to his apartment was a surreal experience. Seeing his door in person was kind of like stepping into another world. You see this place so many times online, and suddenly it's right in front of you. It's a very odd feeling that's kind of hard to put into words. When Josh answered the door, it was just as I expected. He was very standoffish, and it seemed like he forgot I was coming. He eventually welcomed me in though, and we chatted for a bit. I brought him some gifts, a veritable olive branch to let him know that we were not intruders to his life, a bottle of peach whiskey, and a carton of Marlboro NXTs. I explained to Josh exactly what I wanted to do throughout the week. Film a documentary profiling him and go around the town doing various things. We would end the week with a final interview, asking him various questions and trying to get closer to the heart of his content. I had prepared a list of activities of things that we could do with Josh to try and get footage. Most of this stuff I knew Josh wouldn't go for. A lot of it was a shot in the dark, but I might as well ask. Josh definitely didn't want to hike, play disc golf, play basketball, go to a nightclub, or go to an escape room. He did want to go to an arcade, the casino, go bowling, and do a cooking video. We only ended up doing some of these things as the trip ended up being more time consuming than I thought it would be. But with Josh all good, we decided to wade in slowly by doing a simple house tour and introducing him to my crew.
What is this? Coffee cream liqueur?
Yes, it is. It's from Old Smoky.
Is it good?
It's beyond fucking good.
What do you like mix it with drinks?
I'll mix it with your banana cream pie from the same company. It's very delicious.
Oh. Damn.
Get this fucker open and have a smell of that.
Hell yeah. You got like a whole cabinet here. Looking great.
Nice.
Chessboard.
I will say that Josh's house isn't as dirty as I expected it to be. I wouldn't exactly call it clean, but it definitely isn't the smelly, disgusting pit that a lot of people online seem to think it is. I expected a wafting stench as I came through the door, but that never really happened. I can say the same for Josh. He doesn't really smell either. There's a lot of talk online about whether or not Josh smells, and I can confirm Josh does not smell. At least when we were there. Josh showed us a bit of his home, but he mostly wanted to show us Puff and Puff's cage.
If you just want to show us around, that'd be dope.
Yes.
Show us.
This is the kitchen.
Kitchen.
This is where the magic happens, the bedroom.
Very nice.
And there's my handsome bearded Joe. Oh, I love you so much. Josh loves you. That's my puffers. Oh, he made a poopy. I want to take care of that real quick.
Puff is a recent addition to the Cobraverse. He's a bearded dragon that Josh got a month or so before recording this documentary. Puff has bred a lot of speculation among viewers. A lot of people seem to think that Josh abuses the animal or fails to take care of him well. Now, I'm not an expert on bearded dragons. To be honest, I kind of fucking hate lizards, snakes, and all kinds of creatures like that. But Josh seems to take okay care of Puff. I know there's video of him out there putting Puff on pizza and things like that, but Josh seems to genuinely love this bearded dragon. He talked to us at length about his upkeep, the things he needed to do to take care of him, and how he does that. I honestly think Puff is probably a good thing for Josh. In a long string of terrible habits and bad life decisions, having something to take care of, to be responsible for, is probably a net positive in the end. Now, will Josh make me look like a fool for saying this? Probably. But for now, I think Josh is doing an okay job taking care of Puff, which is probably honestly better than I or anyone else expected.
Oh, I know. Steve doesn't want to let go.
Yeah.
He's bonded to me now. He loves his romaine lettuce.
What do they eat?
Right, you're looking at it right here. He eats bugs. I put a little calcium powder on his lettuce because he needs it.
You're like stocked up.
Yeah, he is. He only supposed to eat like every 3 days because he's an adult bearded dragon.
Gotcha.
And it's mostly like lettuce and fruits.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But he does love his bugs.
Mostly bugs and lettuce.
Yes.
That's pretty easy.
Super easy to take care of.
Yeah, then you don't have to buy like mice, like a snake or something. You know?
Yes.
Worry about all that.
And occasionally I'll put like a little bit of calcium powder in his water dish.
What does that do for him?
It helps with his bones and his nails.
Oh, okay.
He has a little thing with his tail that he needs extra calcium for too.
Okay.
Which is like the scaling and all that, the scales on his tail.
Yeah.
And that's my boy Puffers.
That's cool.
You know, see him too when he gets mad. Like his whole body will inflate like a hooded cobra, basically.
Oh, he like puffs up?
Yeah, he puffs up when he gets mad.
Like his name. That's funny.
Makes it easier to read his body language.
Yeah.
It's my handsome bearded dragon.
He loves the camera.
You're just a little camera whore, aren't you, Puff? Fucking lazy motherfuckers.
I should also note that Josh immediately made a very strong drink. I wasn't really prepared for how fast he would drink the peach whiskey that we had brought him. I knew that that probably wasn't good, but I also knew that Josh would probably be very disagreeable and a general curmudgeon if we didn't give him anything. I did one shot with him and it was all right. Actually, I lied. It was terrible. It was bad whiskey. Don't drink that. Josh's apartment is also a very special place. Like I said before, it's very surreal being inside of it. This is mostly because I've seen it on camera so many times, but it's also because it's kind of like a museum of Cobra. There are so many little trinkets and things made by fans. There's just always something to look at. Josh also spends a lot of time responding to text messages that he gets. He's always being inundated with people messing with him. He also prefers to use text-to-speech, so we always hear his responses out loud.
I don't care if she dates me. If anyone's a moron, it's you.
Trolls?
Yeah.
His apartment is also decorated with all manner of skulls, snakes, anything he considers goth. But I really can't see past the humor in a skull-covered bone mug sitting right next to a half-eaten pre-packaged sub. Josh does have some movies and a couple of video games, but he doesn't really watch or play them. He's pretty open about the fact that the main thing he likes to do is watch YouTube, and boy did he do that from time to time. We did hang out with Josh a little bit at his apartment. The plan for the day was to chill for a while and then head out to a local bar that Josh frequents and hasn't been kicked out of.
With banjo playing, but I do like banjos. Oh, yeah? It's probably out of tune. The guitar, though, I love to play guitar, dude, as much as I love Ozzy. I was born in Danny Filth.
Yeah, so you
no
got
homo.
the classic there, the BC Rich.
Oh yeah, I love my BC Rich Warlocks, you know, that's the first love for me. Like, what got me into guitar playing, and shit, you know, it was the Flying V, you know, when I was a kid, that was my first introduction to, oh, that's cool, what's that? And then you hear it go, you know, the distortion, it's like, oh, you know.
When you spend a little bit of time with Josh, you realize that he kind of exists in his own little world. Sometimes he'll just ramble, and if you try to interject, he doesn't care. He just keeps going.
Like I go to load a pipe and then take it outside or whatever and fucking get a little tobacco on. But yeah, this is the Black Flame Green Smoke guitar pedal. I fucking love it. It gives like a vintage 70s Black Sabbath sound.
Can I use your bathroom real quick, Joe?
Go for it. Transitioning into 7th grade. The summer of before 7th grade, I wanted a guitar so bad. I wanted to play an electric guitar. My parents were like, we're not going to pay for music lessons until you buy the... Because every other instrument I try, I just give up when I quit, you know? My parents were getting sick of it. They're like, look, we're not going to buy you another fucking instrument until you buy it yourself. So I said, all right, I got a job delivering newspapers. And it would run through Monday through Friday. And Fridays were the worst because the papers would be like anywhere from that to like that thick. Just filled with like ads, you know, and like they're called shoppers. Yeah. And oh, it's brutal when you got like fucking 80, anywhere from like 50 to 80 papers to deliver.
Yeah. Holy shit.
In like piss cold North Dakota weather. Damn. But it taught me the meaning of an honest, hard dollar, you know, and I did not get paid on my paper out until like the end of the month, you know. It wasn't like every 2 weeks I get like a little bit of money, you know, hey, you know.
It's like YouTube once in a while.
Oh yeah, like YouTube is way more successful, so like...
We were at Josh's for a couple of hours and we decided to leave so that he could freshen up, give him some time, and then we could head to the bar. We were supposed to meet Josh at 6 o'clock, a couple hours after we left. On the way to Josh's apartment, I told him that we were on our way, and he said he still hadn't showered yet. We sat outside his apartment and waited, and waited, and waited. After about an hour of waiting in the car, he texted us and said that his nails were drying, so it would be a little bit. I think we waited outside for almost 2 hours before Josh wandered into the parking lot from his apartment. During the wait, I was almost sure we weren't going to see Josh again. I just figured he had kind of had it already and was quietly exiting the project. This would become a common thread throughout our trip. Josh isn't a very timely or committed person. He doesn't really concern himself with time frames or whether he's inconveniencing other people or not. By the end of the trip, I had learned to not leave the hotel before Josh told us that he was ready. When Josh did come outside, he wanted to smoke a cigarette in the parking lot. He was pretty toasty at this point. We still couldn't film him because it was all outside of his apartment, but when he came out, he had a big knife on his hip and he started kind of tossing it around. Someone pulled into the parking lot and he just didn't move out of their way at all. They had to kind of like swerve around him. He then said, and I quote, "You had the perfect opportunity to run me over and I'd stab you in the throat," which was a little unsettling. We headed out to the bar. Josh had made sure to bring his lucky pool stick, which was green, and he reminded us plenty of times over the night was missing its cue, but he didn't really care.
You don't mind my pool cue not having a cue on the tip?
Mm-hmm. He's a tough kid.
She needs to get a cue so that when I chalk it with the little cube, you know, like the blue thing on the end. Yeah. There's a shop here in Dave's Darts and Billiards. I don't know if they're still open, but they'd be able to put it on for me.
Okay.
My buddy found this black and green pool cue. And it's got like a snake scale pattern with the black as the scales against the green, and then a black handle. And this little gold wizard holding a staff on the bottom.
One of the things I really wanted to do on the trip was train boxing with Josh. Danny Brown, who's a very big fan of KingCobraJFS, had recently said that he wanted to get Cyrax and Josh into a boxing match together. Cyrax is another internet lolcow who's a little bit more advanced in his debauchery than Josh is.
You wanna know why? Because I read BBR to the fucking death of me.
I brought my boxing equipment with me, gloves, hand wraps, pads. I knew it was a long shot, but it would be great to see Josh hit some pads and call out Cyrax. Oh, Josh, I forgot to ask you earlier. Do you wanna box at all while I'm here? Like, train boxing?
No, I'm good.
No?
I think I'm dangerous enough. This is...
Well, I know that, wasn't somebody saying, like, Cyrax? Was that Danny Brown that was saying he wanted to...
Fuck Cyrax, he's a fucking piece of shit. I kick his ass without having any boxing training, dude.
You don't want to...
Scrawny ass
I think it'd be good to get some footage of you in the gloves, though. I brought my equipment with me just in case. If you change your mind, let me know.
Well, I'm itching to fucking kick someone's ass and see some blood and take names, so it's probably a good idea I save that rage for the wrong motherfucker who crosses me, you know?
Regardless, Josh was ready to have a good time tonight. He just wanted to have a relaxing evening out, have a couple drinks, and chill. On our way there, he revealed to us that it was karaoke night at this local establishment, so we knew what we were getting into. On the ride, Josh also started talking about Dylan Mulvaney, which was the first of about 40 times he would utter that name in one evening.
I'm looking at a picture of Bud Light when we get there. That's just me personally.
Sounds good to me.
I don't give a fuck if Dylan Mulvaney's on the can of Bud Light. I could give a fuck. I'm like, you're just trying to give stunning and brave individuals some positive light, and I totally get that. You're appealing to Gen Z and trying to give these people some positive light. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't care if Dylan Mulvaney's on the can of Bud Light, and Bud Light fucking, that's why I hate cancel culture. I'm all for supporting trans people as long as you're not an inhuman piece of shit. Yeah. And because the whole world's fucking transphobic, they can't handle Dylan Mulvaney being on the can, so they removed her from the can and then added another trans. And no offense to women, but it's like I would hate having estrogen and chopping my dick off.
When we got to the bar, we grabbed a seat by the pool tables, ordered some drinks, and some food. We got an order of chicken gizzards out of curiosity, and I can't say they were exactly my thing, but Josh loved them.
Crazy woods. I think they're made out of like pork.
I know, so I have an amazing singing range. Like if I'm not too drunk, then I'm gonna try to belt it out, and then it sounds good. But then if I'm too drunk, it just sounds like a drunk asshole trying to sing like all these bands. Me personally, when my singing voice is not on par, I get like pissed off at myself, and I become a total diva. But I'm like, you know what? There are millions of motherfuckers who go to a bar and sing and don't even give a shit if they sound good, so I quit worrying about it. Yeah, vocal warm-ups. That's what I like to hear too, man. I'm glad y'all are liking my birth town, you know?
Dude, it's fun so far. Nothing, no complaints.
Oh, I was born in Casper, Wyoming, and then I moved, and then I came back my senior year for high school, and I graduated from Natrona County because I'm a proud Mustang. Get you some, you know, and I love it. I've been here ever since my senior year of high school.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Natrona County High School. That's what's up. And that's kind of funny if you think about it, because Kelly Walsh's school colors are black and green, which are my favorite colors, but I graduated from Natrona County High School.
What were their colors?
Natrona Counties are orange and black.
Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
There's some purple in there.
When I was trying out for like high school for my senior year, I just got a better vibe off of NC. I saw a bunch of people driving classic cars, and like in my gut, I was just thinking to myself, this is the school, dude, to graduate from, you know? And that's nothing against Kelly Walsh. The whole NC Kelly Walsh thing is stupid. It's school rivalry, and you pretty much grow out of it when you graduate and go to the same goddamn college in town.
There's a lot.
It's Casper, man. As soon as the weather gets warm, people got to bring out their toys. You ought to see my dad's 66 Mustang. The thing is just a chef's kiss.
Ooh, that's cool.
Emerald glow metallic hardtop. Oh, yeah. Pony parchment interior. Heck, I'd have a 68 Shelby GT 350 if I could afford it.
What color?
Probably all black with like some nice rich green flames.
That'd be nice.
And like the full racing package, you know, dual exhaust. So when I start that puppy up, it's just like you get a boner listening to it idle.
I know what you mean.
And you gotta make Tim Allen noises when you hear it. If you live in Wyoming, people love to lift their cars.
Yeah.
Especially if you got a truck, and it's like you see a truck that's overlifted, and these fuckers try to act cowboy, and they've never worked a day on their ranch, but they chew tobacco and listen to Toby Keith, and they got a lifted truck, so they think they're cowboy, and it's like, poser! Excuse me. Ooh, it's getting dark in here, so take off all your clothes.
It's the mood lighting.
Oh yeah. I got my tactical soap on. That'll definitely set the mood.
There you go. We're on the
Woo!
sponsor.
It's got pheromones in it. It's made with all natural ingredients. And it gets of-age women horny when you put it on, so you don't gotta throw some shitty pickup line. You think Casper's small? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Midwest is so goddamn small. If one motherfucker farts, the other side of the town can smell it. Midwest is so goddamn small that if some teenage boy tries looking at pornography, the internet's so slow out there, they gotta be like, oh shit, the parents are coming back in like 11 minutes and they've been gone for an hour, so you're sitting there trying to load the internet to clear your history like, you don't need to see my searches. Midwest is so small, they don't even have an actual like store to go get groceries. They have like a little gas station.
Yeah.
And it's just a little slice of Americana, you know, that's why I like it. It's not overpopulated like Los Angeles. Bud Lights.
Bud Light? Thank you very much.
That tranny beer.
Is that one?
Sex is not a need, it's a want. Fuck Elliot Rogers, that cocksucker who pulled the mass shootings.
Wait till people start showing.
Oh,
Yeah, more patrons. Now we're talking.
Let's go.
Long live Ozzy Osbourne, motherfuckers!
Sing.
Tell all your friends who like KingCobraJFS is at the Horseshoe if you want to be a local celebrity. I've been getting bullied by assholes on YouTube for well over 10 years. I'm not the person you want to fuck with.
Damn. Does it ever feel like do you ever think about how long it's been and think like, holy shit, it's been
Yeah, I do think about how long it's been. Like, I'm like, the harassment I've received on YouTube is longer than my dry spell, and I'm like, that's what makes me laugh about life. Is that I can get pussy quicker than I can get harassed on YouTube. Yeah, have you met my girlfriend? Have you met my girlfriend Anheuser-Busch? She's a real squirter and she gives mean head. But right now our relationship is on the rocks. That joke works better if I have a bottle of beer because I'll make it squirt. I met a chick carrying out some cans of Bud Light and I said, nice cans. And she was like, excuse me, you pervert? And I was like, I was talking about the beer. Where's your mind going?
You're the pervert here. You're the pervert. You're the one thinking dirty thoughts.
Yeah.
Talking about your cans here. Nasty. Nasty. How dare you?
Hit me with your best shot. Far away.
We played some pool and all of us were just terrible. Josh did keep on insisting on doing trick shots behind the back. This usually required him to sit all the way on the table, which always made for a great scene. Josh was pretty excited to do karaoke, so we were patiently waiting for it to be 9 o'clock so he could get his singing on. One thing I found interesting and surprising about Josh was the way that he talked about other people singing. It was really one of the brighter points of his personality. He was really into the fact that people could sing together and enjoy music as a community.
Okay, that's what's fun about karaoke night at the bar, you know?
Exactly.
Everyone's drunk, everyone's having a good time. It's not about outstaging people, it's just about singing
Just having a good time.
and having a good time and paying patronage to the bar.
I think this is something Josh probably doesn't get enough of, going out and enjoying the company of other people. Of course, in this case, it's from a distance, but sometimes he does really seem starved of human contact. Josh seems to exist in a world where he's always talking to his computer, himself, or Puff. These are things that don't really talk back. Everything is a one-sided conversation. The computer talks back, but it doesn't really seem to feel real to him. Messages on a screen are very different from human conversation.
Once he moved to this where he's at now, where from my understanding these apartments are out on the outskirts of town, he is not really able to get around his old stomping grounds. And even when he is, places like the bars and things he went to before, he's been, basically trespass from a few businesses. And so all of that adds even more context to this negative loop that he's in. Because, you know, even if he all of a sudden was back in his old apartments, let's say if he could press a redo button and he's back in his old apartments and he's got some of these positive elements back in his life that kept him from really going all the way off the rails before. There's just some things that he can't take back now. There's some things that he can't undo now. And I think that it just keeps him even more all in.
I will say, though, Josh was pretty fun to hang out with. I've had a lot of people asking me if Josh just sat there silent, but this wasn't really the case. He makes decent conversation, and when he's loosened up and just having fun, it's actually a pretty good time. Sure, he says weird things, and when there's a lull in conversation, he tends to loop back to rants that he would make in his videos or on stream, but overall, it's a pretty good time. Eventually, we migrated to the other room for some good old-fashioned singing. Josh went up and requested his song, Hurt by Johnny Cash.
Life is a long and lonely road. Keep on kicking. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. I wear this crown of thorns upon my liar's chair, full of broken thoughts. I cannot repent. Beneath the stains of time, the feeling disappears. You are someone else. I'm still right here. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the wind. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way. Thank you.
This was oddly fitting for Josh, and hearing him sing this specific song made me have a bit of a new perspective. After Josh sang this song, we had some more drinks, watched some other people sing, and just relaxed. It became pretty clear, though, after a bit that Josh was getting pretty tipsy. It was time to take him home.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
I ain't gonna shoot it. Oh, fuck.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I am fucking good. I had a little sneeze and it made me sneeze like yeah, it's all good. I got it. Let me use my Ozzy Osbourne shirt to wipe that off. Some for the homies. For the fallen homies. There we go.
You can do the 10 crack commandments.
Smoking weed and snorting cocaine, living in the gangster's paradise.
Josh wasn't ready to go yet, though. He still wanted to sing one more song, Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis. I was certain Josh was going to fall down while singing, channeling Elvis himself, but he stayed upright the entire time. We tipped the waitresses quite a lot for their trouble and headed out. We were pretty hungry at this point, so Josh recommended Poncho's, which was a drive-through Mexican restaurant. When we got there, Josh's order was so long that my cameraman had to actually write it down because he kept rattling the whole thing off without waiting for me to get pieces of it. It wasn't even that much food, it was just such a customized burrito that there were so many substitutes. After this, we took Josh home and said goodbye for the night. Our first day with Josh went very well. He was extremely friendly, especially after he warmed up a little bit. He was way more social than I thought he would be, and it seems like for the most part, he actually enjoys being around other people. He is a little strange, but overall it seems like he cares about other people and especially about hyping other people up. One observation I made while we were at the bar was that Josh really cared about forgiving the mistakes of others. When he was playing pool with my cameraman, every time he would miss, he kept saying things like, "Dude, that's so fucked up that that happened to you." It's a small thing, but Josh is really ready to have other people's backs on things. Like, he never made fun of anybody. It might be nothing, I don't know. We didn't see Josh on our second day in Casper. He had let us know that he needed to spend the day with his dad, going to the post office and making wands with him. I figured this was a good thing because it gave Josh some time away from the cameras and it allowed us to do some recon around Casper. Casper, Wyoming is the town where Josh was born, but it's also the town where he spent most of his life in. Casper is just as big a part of Josh's YouTube channel as any homeboy or food review. He talks about Casper all the time. He constantly mentions what a great town it is. He name drops businesses that he likes nearby. It's always a part of his vocabulary, so it's a very well-known place in his community. The thing is, everything we see of Casper on screen makes it out to be a really bad place. Josh's friends aren't always the greatest, and seeing a cast of shady people represented as the citizens of Casper doesn't really inspire belief in the town. But when we got there, Casper was anything but this hive of scum and villainy that it seemed to have been made out to be. I wanted to look a little deeper into Casper. I wanted to talk to some of the people around town and find out what the place was actually like, and also what people thought about Josh. First off, Casper, Wyoming was nicknamed the Oil City because it was an oil boom town with a nearby Salt Creek oil field. This was built after the discovery of oil in the town in 1895. These days, only one refinery survives from this period, located outside the town in Evansville. Casper would eventually move on from oil and enter into coal and uranium production, allowing it to achieve a stable economy. Josh also isn't the only noteworthy person to grow up in Casper, Wyoming. Dick Cheney, former U.S. Vice President and Secretary of Defense, grew up there with his wife, Liz Cheney. That's actually about it. There are some basketball players and small-time authors, but nobody really on that level. The place really is gorgeous, though. It's the first thing you notice when entering the town. The nearby Casper Mountain looms over the place, constantly hovering above a towering giant of rock and probably clay or something, maybe dirt. But I had only been there 2 days, so I wasn't an expert on the town. I decided to get someone reputable to give me their words on Casper and why it was better than it was made out to be online. On that tiny ass bench. If he's anything like me, we're not fitting on that bench. Yeah, if he's like Joe, we could fit on that bench, but...
Okay.
Well, if I'm getting accosted, I guess you'll know.
Yeah, if you just want to state your name and your title for the camera.
I'm Bruce Nell. I am the mayor of the city of Casper, Wyoming.
And how long have you been mayor?
I was elected in January, so I'm about 6 months in.
Casper Online, at least in the community that we're familiar with, this YouTuber, it's kind of become synonymous with this like YouTuber guy, which it seems like in this bubble in the town, people don't really know that, but...
which I didn't. I'd never heard of him.
So I guess how would you explain Casper to somebody who's never been here?
We are one of the last truly conservative, very red cities in the West Frontier. We have a tremendous amount of things to offer, which is bringing a diverse population to Casper now. Mm-hmm. We have everything from a ski resort that's first class to first class reservoirs and lakes for boating and outdoor fishing. We have blue ribbon fishing here, which is world famous on the North Platte River. But generally when people move here, it's during this time of year and they see the beauty and all that nature has to offer, and then one of our harsh winters comes through and reality sets in, because our winters are very extreme. We are in the Rocky Mountains, and so we get a tremendous amount of snow, wind, and cold. But as a community, there's not much of a better place to live. The people here are amazing. Everyone helps everyone. Everyone's kind. It's just like something out of the Old West, really.
What do you like most about living in Casper?
Probably the people. The people here, literally, the more time you spend here and the more you get to know people and where their hearts are at. It's like, I've always equated Casper to living 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. It takes a while for things to catch up with us here. Just like the YouTuber that you're talking about, 90% of Casper probably doesn't even know him.
Yeah.
Because we haven't caught up with those times yet. This is like living 40 years ago.
What do you think Casper's biggest struggle is?
I think we are struggling right now with a new identity based on the new population that's moving in. Mm-hmm. We have an increasing, growing LGBTQ community. We have just passed our first anti-discrimination ordinance to protect other folks. And so coming out of the dark ages, if you will, and that very redneck, if you will, mentality that Wyoming is known for, and evolving into a more accepting society of all people has probably been one of our greatest struggles.
What is Casper most known for?
Probably the wind. Honestly.
Yeah.
It blows here all the time. And there's I think a geologist once told me that if the Bighorn Mountains extended 5 more miles to the south, that we wouldn't have the wind that we have here. But in the winter is when you notice it the most, because we get extreme colds where it's below zero.
Is there anything that you would like people to know about Casper that they don't?
If you're looking for a place to raise a family that's safe, that is peaceful, that has great people, this is where you'd want to come. If you like outdoor recreation, we have everything from reservoirs to Hogadon Ski Resort. We have an international airport here. We have many activities all summer long. CNFR, the College National Final Rodeos, is based and happens here in Casper every summer. We have nationally renowned trails. and fishing. And this is just, if outdoor living is your thing around really good people, Casper's the place for you. If you're looking for a place to raise a family where it's safe, but we have all of the amenities that you can get in the big city, this is the place for you.
The mayor was incredibly helpful and actually an all-around nice guy. He gave us some good spots to go around town and try and see what Casper was all about. The biggest sticking point of what he said about Casper, though, was that most people don't even know who Josh is. We got asked by many curious bystanders throughout the week what we were doing. And when we told them, most of them didn't even bat an eye. They had no idea who KingCobraJFS was, and even less Josh Saunders. It seems like there are people around town who know who Josh is, but it isn't many, and the town definitely isn't like it's made out to be on Josh's channel. The second thing we did on day 2 was go around to some local businesses and see if they knew who Josh was. These were places specifically that we knew Josh had interacted with in the past. They did know Josh, and they didn't have very many nice things to say about him. One Casper resident said, and I quote, "Josh is a huge nuisance to the Casper community." Most of these businesses were ones that Josh had been kicked out of previously. Usually the cycle goes, Josh finds a new place that interests him, he shouts them out on stream, streams live from that place of business, and then trolls find the owners, harass them and their family, and Josh is banned. Now, no one agreed to be on camera for any of these interviews. We were really just canvassing information around town. I also don't want to name any places because I don't want to be the reason that they get any more shit. I will say though, everyone we talked to, or at least most everyone we talked to, seemed to be pretty compassionate about Josh's situation. They felt bad for him, even though he had caused a lot of the problems that they had to deal with. It definitely gave us a different picture of Josh and created a lot of questions I would have to bring up in the interview. The plan for day 3 was to go to the casino. Josh was really receptive to that idea when I brought it up to him. Now, Josh isn't really great with directions. When we went to the bar, I just put the name into my GPS and it took us there. But the casino was part of a chain, and there were like 30 of them just in Casper, so we couldn't really figure out which one we were supposed to be going to. He sort of knew the way, but he also kept getting distracted by telling Joe how to cut a cigar.
Right there where it goes around. And,
that's the cutting line?
Yeah, you want to go before that, so you don't need a whole lot, just a little teeny tiny bit.
Just enough to get some air going?
Yes.
I see. I've seen people like bite it off.
You can do that too if you want, if you're
a real wild.
I just prefer to use a cigar cutter because it's cleaner.
Yeah, you don't want all those bits in your mouth. That sucks.
Is it left here?
It's a good looking cut. Maybe a little more. Yes. You turn right, and then we go down this street. And when you get to the first intersection, or left, I mean, yeah. And then when you get to the first intersection, you want to turn right.
We ended up accidentally taking a detour through Josh's old neighborhood and by his high school.
There's the funeral home where my buddy Alex Anderson was prepared. Very nice establishment. This town is full of churches.
Casinos.
And there's the school I graduated from. Go Mustangs!
Hell yeah.
Class of 2010. Yeah, NC is a cool looking school. It kind of looks like Hogwarts. Harry Pothead in the Chamber Bong of Secrets. And right there's St. Anthony's Catholic Church. It's like the tallest bell tower in town.
Oh, this one up here?
Yes.
Wow.
My clock tower is going to be a lot taller than that, though, when I build it. And they do not like me. And there's the old apartment right there.
Oh, that's the old one?
Yes.
Okay. The old place.
And then there's the legendary Frosties.
I see that. Wow. Looks like a nice little
biker bar, yeah?
Yeah. When we got to the casino, we unfortunately couldn't film inside. We were only there for a couple of hours, had a couple drinks, played a few skill games. All of the casinos in Casper were mostly just slots, so we spent hours sitting there hitting the spin button. It was extremely degen. Don't go to a casino. As soon as we got to the casino though, Josh started responding to his trolls' text messages out loud at the bar. This included telling them we were at the casino. Josh kept feeding into it the whole night because of course people were fishing to try and figure out which one we were at. We eventually left with our tail between our legs because we didn't win any money. Don't gamble, it's bad. Degenerate. When we got out, Josh didn't seem to be in the greatest of spirits. He seemed down for some reason, and I couldn't really place it. I didn't know if it was because he had lost money or something that happened with his dad the day before. He had said that he was being an asshole to his dad yesterday, so I wasn't really sure. He wanted to go to the vape store, though, to get some Delta 8.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Flashing Delta 8 signs.
Because yeah, the number one psychoactive ingredient in flour is THCA.
I want some of that. That smells good.
So this one's purple runs, and then we got buttermilk, ice cream, cake, and then lemonade.
I want that first one right there.
How much would you like?
An 8 would be fine.
Alright, sure.
Black flame, do that much smell.
We were supposed to go out for dinner, but Josh didn't really seem in super high spirits, so I told him we could take him home. I figured we'd give him some time to chill out and cool down, especially because the next day was our final day, our big day with him, so there was a lot to do. Hey Dad, I won't take up too much of your time because I know that you're a busy man. I just wanted to let you know that for a limited time, you can get yourself an Empire of Dirt t-shirt. These comfy shirts with amazing art were made to commemorate the release of this very documentary. Like I said though, they're only available for a short period. You can also pick up a framed poster which would look great in any home. If you want to support the release of more videos like this, then make sure to get one now. This video is not monetized considering the amount that Josh sang during the documentary and just how much music was always in the background at stores or in the bar. So it would be greatly appreciated if you grabbed one. The link to these products is in the description, so make sure to get one while you can. Bye, Dad. Day 4 began as the cooking day and the interview. We originally planned to take Josh to the grocery store, let him buy whatever he wanted, go back and make a cooking video, and then do the final interview afterwards. The final 2 days we were in Casper were going to be filming B-roll and getting interviews with people. At this time, Josh was also working on getting interviews with his friends, people that we could talk to who would have something to say about him. He said he had 2 people that wanted their identities kept secret, but they never panned out. If I had to guess, I would probably say it's Walt and Angie. They're an older couple who Josh hangs out with a lot. He was briefly into their daughter, but that didn't work out very well. The morning did have a bit of a pall over it though, because Josh had gotten a YouTube strike because he told one of his viewers to commit schmooishmide. Regardless, we decided to head to Albertsons. Josh had already crafted up a shopping list and a recipe, which he had written down on paper.
Got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. We soaked the chicken breast and buttermilk and seasoning and a little beer for an hour. You want to coat in our flour and Doritos. Mix the egg with the buttermilk and let it soak for an hour. You want to deep bake it in the oven until it's fully cooked. And then fry it off in the fryer for a bit to make it a little extra crispy. Slap it back in the oven and we'll do the cheese on. I got a vision, let's see if we can make it happen. Chef Boyer Boglam.
Once inside Albertsons, we split up and got ingredients. Josh was adamant that he needed Bud Light Platinum for the recipe and Jack Daniels, so we got those at the liquor store next door. Josh struggled to find the Doritos multiple times, which was pretty hilarious because he kept walking right past them. When I came back, Josh was checking out, and one of my crew had been told to stop filming by the managers at Albertsons. We went outside and Joe had to use the bathroom, so we waited for him. It was at this point that I saw the manager alerting the police to our presence. I called Joe and told him to get back quickly, but the cops were already on to us. Some little community savior boy that's trying to alert the cops right now. Us filming, so... No, you hurry up. We're outside. We're in the car. Okay.
Oh fuck, here he comes.
Jesus. Bye. Good.
You're flagged in our system as being trespassing here.
Really?
Yeah. We can just.
Are you guys here with him?
Yeah, we're shooting a documentary. We didn't know that he was banned.
Oh, okay. Management, they don't want to pursue any charges. You guys get out of here, but let me go chat with them first, okay?
I didn't know I didn't do anything. Like,
I know, but they trespassed you at some point. You were notified of that trespass. So if they don't want to do anything, then
they haven't said anything about it until now. Like, that's weird.
okay. I'll look up when you were told, but give me 1 second, okay? Just hang out with my sergeant.
You know, I promote this Albertsons on my YouTube channel. Then my YouTube trolls go out of their way to phone call and prank and harass, like Bart Simpson calling Mother's Tampa, basically, to the point where they get sick of it and just outright ban me. I've had this problem all over town with my YouTube trolls harassing me. They think it's funny because I'm autistic.
All right, Josh, you're in luck. He said he doesn't want to pursue criminal charges at this time. He wants me to reiterate to you that your trespass from Albertsons. Entire parking lot, whole 9 yards.
No, I'm sorry, that's not my fault. And then my YouTube trolls are dickheads.
Okay.
It's rude.
Yep. Sorry. No problem. You're good.
We didn't realize. I appreciate it.
Any questions, Josh? All right, you have a wonderful day. You ready?
Yeah.
Good morning. Your store on my fucking YouTube channel.
What the fuck, dude?
Like, whatever, dude.
Apparently Josh had been banned from this Albertsons previously, despite all of the times that he had said he was not banned and that he comes here all the time. I guess he had wandered in there drunk a couple of years ago or something, and they kicked him out. It was at this point that I thought I might be accidentally responsible for getting Josh put in jail, and I definitely didn't want to have to bail him out. With that, we got out of there, as we barely scraped by the Casper PD without a second arrest for Josh in a 12-month period. When we got back to Josh's apartment, it was time to cook. Except it wasn't, not yet at least. Josh was a little stressed, so we wanted to smoke some Delta 8 and have a few drinks. Or a lot of drinks. We were really trying to get the cooking video done because we had a lot to do for the day, but Josh really just wanted to sit and listen to metal music covers. What's this one called, Josh?
King Cobra's Venom.
King
When you
Cobra's
mix the green monster with the Jack Daniels, the color of it represents snake venom. The King Cobra's Venom is the exact same color.
King Cobra's Venom. It's not bad. You want to try? He eventually decided that he was ready to go. What happened next was a gauntlet of auditory and sensory assault in every way possible.
This is Cooking with Cobra. We're about to make a KFC Doritos Double Down. Ghoulishly cheesy and good gooey fun.
Hell yeah.
But we must cook the bacon for it first.
Okay.
So we got some Black Label thick cut bacon. Black Label that's got the shit. We need some butter, we need some seasoning. Yes, we have our seasoning the fans have sent. This is Instagram, plug it. Alex Vickers, an amazing glass blower. Beautiful.
I had originally planned this whole section to look like a cooking show. I wanted to shoot Josh just like a show you would see on TV. I didn't account for the fact that Josh was going to stand in the corner and stare at the wall the entire time and never look at the camera.
Or you can focus on making food.
Exactly, like, new recipe, what do you guys think? I like it, I don't like it, doesn't matter, you like it, here it is.
So Josh began cooking the bacon, which he cooked in butter, Bud Light Platinum, and Cajun seasoning.
Into the hot pan. Let that melt for a bit. Now we need our seasoning. This side's a bit too much. They make special needs. Okay, I love the special needs, but I gotta love making fun of myself because it's too much fun. It shows us schmucks. Splash of that. You know, with that glorious and gorgeous Bud Light Platinum, fuck sickos. Look at the beautiful blue bottle. The sizzle is just, fuck yes. Look at that, that is nice. So we got some Hormel Black Label bacon. And this, oh shit, you see that? My magic is doing its thing. I didn't even fucking touch it and it moved on its own. Oops. Okay, we'll have to wash that off. I want to get the bacon in there, set that down right there. Beautiful. I need a spatula. There it is.
You want to wash that real quick?
Yes, after we use it to cook the bacon. Cobra's magic ain't real. Kiss my ass. Peel open the delicious plastic membrane.
Now, I don't know why Josh wasn't fazed by this, but this created a stench throughout the entire apartment. It was a pretty strange smell, like nothing I've ever experienced before. Josh also cooked the bacon for way too long, and it made the house really smoky. It was so bad that we had to keep switching off of cameras to go in the other room and cough. The sheer amount of Cajun seasoning that Josh used also made my nose run like really bad.
Now my hands are filthy from the bacon grease, but we're going to, this is just cooking in its raw form.
This whole process took a really long time. We were cooking for hours. This was because Josh doesn't like to cook things together. He refuses to do two steps at the same time. He does one thing after another, and it just makes the whole process take forever. After the bacon was cooked, he made a marinade for the chicken. The meat needed to sit in this for an hour, during which he ranted over the kitchen counter. Josh then coated the chicken in flour and Doritos. This went in the oven and baked for over an hour.
For 1 hour?
Okay. I'm trying to like use my shirt as a cleaning object, and that seems a bit
Is that
trash.
1 hour, Josh?
What's that?
1 hour?
Yes. Bless the Viking gods and goddesses, of course. Oh. A little dingy trying to mix it, but yeah, okay, well, it's all good. Splash that in there. So now I want to grind up these Doritos. Watch out! Into like a fine powder to mix with the all-purpose flour. You gave them one earlier and chased around here. Yeah.
It smells like hot dogs.
Those chicken breasts that we bake in the oven are gonna bake because the egg and the flour and everything, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. Hopefully it don't come off. All you gotta do is like, you know, maybe you don't have to, but like deep fry it for extra flavor and just go ham on like the level of flavor with it.
Mm-hmm.
And freaking after an hour, I want to let it cool off, and then I want to try to deep fry those chicken Doritos boneless breast patties in this pan right here with, you know, just the usual vegetable oil and bacon grease and goodness. As you fine folks can see, it is a lengthy process. You're constantly washing your hands, moving in and out, you know, and being like, all the grease in there from the bacon and all the deliciousness. We're gonna save that and add that to the vegetable oil. So when we fry the crispy chicken in that stove for an hour, it gets refried in that bacon and beef goodness.
So how do you think the cooking is going so far?
A lot better than I expected, because people perceive me as being some stupid drunk retard. Compromising off of it. It's about creating their own worship. What the fuck's in the goddamn camera? The cap's lost. I can't find it. That's not it. So I think they did. There it is. I gotta wash my hands. But I'm like, okay, so this Doritos fried chicken right here in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna bake for a good hour to an hour and a half. And then when it's done, I'm gonna roast the patties in this oven. Accessory, I should say, because it's one of those plug-in George Foreman type grills for your oven. You know, splash with a little bit of grease and a little bit of beer and fry each patty up, then slap it back onto the baking pan. And when I go to like melt,
He then deep fried them in a mixture of Bud Light Platinum, butter, Cajun seasoning, and a small amount of vegetable oil. After all this was done, he topped it with cheese and a homemade sauce. Looks hot.
looks very hot. Make some room on this cheese plantation.
How is it?
Greasy. Unhealthy and delicious.
Maybe that's the title of the documentary.
Right.
Greasy, unhealthy, and delicious.
I don't know what I'm doing all the time, you know. Sometimes I need guidance.
Yeah.
Just like anybody else.
Gotta improvise.
Yep. So the sauce we're gonna add to it is we're gonna let that chicken bake in the oven till that cheese is just golden brown on top. Now for the base for our sauce, we're gonna add some Country Crock Original. That's the flavor. Country Crock, don't fuck around, butter spread is delicious. Now before we microwave this butter to melt it, we're going to add some flavor to it. A little bit of Bud Light Platinum and a splash of Jack Daniels. Because I feel like it, add some extra to it. Now we're not gonna add these last 3 ingredients till we're done microwaving. All that butter and alcohol in the bowl is gonna melt and just create a very seductive and very fatty, savory sauce. Here's the old one too, I guess. Hot. Ouch. Thank you for... That's beautiful. We're good. We're Gucci. They made this like, I don't know what you even call it. Like buffalo Cajun spicy seasoning. It doesn't need any more alcohol or seasoning, but we're gonna add some goodies to it. Now we got some Tostitos medium salsa con carne. That's good con carne, man. That crazy sauce that I spent making a huge mess over. I want enough sauce to be able to like drench all 4 pieces. And make people be like, damn, I'd eat that.
Oh yeah, that thickened up real fast.
Nice and thick, and it's a mixture of spice and heat and cheese. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know how it is with King Cobra, you know. And this cheese looks perfectly melted. I should have pulled it out sooner. Son of a bitch.
Looks good.
That it does.
How's that bacon taste?
So good. See how slippery that is?
It's juicy. All the juice.
It's extremely juicy. But it's like...
Oh shit.
Get the fuck on there so I can buy my friends delicious. See, now, you think it's going good. You think, oh, you're gonna have this juicy, amazing Doritos fried chicken. Then it gets all slimy and disgusting. It's fully cooked, but... I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. When I tried to flip the chicken piece onto the shelf, there's a part where it was like melted chicken. Melted chicken, fully cooked and skinned. You know that feeling?
Oh yeah.
when you're making cheap chicken, trying to I'm trying to impress a crowd. That fucking sauce.
It's bomb.
Dude, if you don't want to try it out of the bowl, you gotta try some.
Here, I'll try it. Did the bowl get mixed or anything?
No, it didn't.
Okay. I don't want to dip my finger into it. Is there another? No.
Just take a little finger and go.
Yeah, I'll do that. That'll work. Whoa. That's actually really good.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit.
You know, filming this, it is what it is. We'll discuss that in a later video, but like fucking a lot of effort went into that like deep fried chicken bacon sandwich. Recreating that Doritos double down sandwich and recreating it. I'm like, here's where I could work on it. So, the chicken skin and the Doritos actually sticking to the person who's enjoying it.
I mean, I think it's cool that you like already found, you know, you're already like finding ways to refine it or make it better next time, you know?
Yeah. Got a steak knife. We just finished this delicious chicken sandwich.
Look at that.
So we're trying to like create a nice healthy barrier between the two. If KFC served this double down, the chicken's fully cooked, the bacon, the cheese. Okay, you know what? This chicken recipe, this chicken sandwich is so good.
Let's get the full review. What do you think?
Oh, the other half is for you and your crewmates because this is.
You enjoyed it?
It was just exquisite to say the least.
Hell yeah.
I'll take a bite.
Look at that.
I'm on a diet right now.
Get a cut of that.
There we go. Looks good.
You like that? See that cross section? All right. Toast. Damn. That is smoky. Really good. Overall though, I'll say the sandwich wasn't exactly awful. It didn't really taste like anything. It had all of the taste cooked out of it because it was just cooked and cooked and cooked again. It was just a dry chicken sandwich that tasted vaguely of Bud Light. It wasn't as bad as it looks, but it certainly wasn't great either. But Josh seemed to like it. By the time we finished cooking, which lasted around 5 to 6 hours, we definitely didn't have time to do the interview. Josh was also pretty toasted at this point. He was just pouring alcohol straight onto his floor and generally slurring around.
I like the way that turned out based off the reaction that it's getting. I'm like, that's what I was going for. Otherworldly and just like next level. What are my taste buds? Oh, hell yeah. What are my taste buds exploring? This is, oh.
We decided to head out for the night and return to Josh fresh tomorrow for the interview. Day 5 was now going to be our actual final day. We would do the interview with Josh and then clean up any odds and ends that we had left. This again wasn't the case. Josh informed us at the beginning of the day that his friend Darflini B might be available for an interview the next day. I figured this would be fine. We could meet Darflini and interview him for the documentary. Josh was adamant though that he'd be there when Darf was interviewed. I didn't really want this because I felt like Josh being there would color Darf's answers a little bit, but I didn't really have any choice. We began the day and went ahead with the interview.
What are the questions going to be about?
Well, there's a lot of questions. I did want to go over with you first that there are going to be, some more difficult ones. So it's going to cover just about everything from the start of YouTube to your life now, your content, things like that. It's a lot of different stuff, but we'll go down through it. First thing, let's just start out. Can you just say your name and what you go by on YouTube?
My name is Josh Saunders, and I go by King Cobra on YouTube. It was Gothic King Cobra 52, then it was just Gothic King Cobra, now it's KingCobraJFS.
When did you start making YouTube videos?
2012, I want to say, or 11. It was right after high school.
Why did you start making YouTube videos?
No idea. I just seen a bunch of YouTubers I like watching back in the day, and I thought it looked fun. So I was just like, hey, speak my mind, play some guitar.
What's your favorite drink combo that you've ever made?
So many good drink combos I've made. Right now I'm having E&J Peach mixed with that G Fuel that was sent to me recently by the fans, and it's bloody delicious.
But you don't have a number one favorite or one that's...
No, I don't, because there's a lot of them that are just so fucking good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Do you have a favorite food hack that you've ever made?
The chicken we made last night was pretty good.
You think that's your number one?
The skin wasn't as crispy as I wanted it to be, and it kind of fell off when you ate it. So maybe I gotta work on making that, you know what I'm saying? So it stays on the chicken better. But the concept and the flavor was really good.
What do you think the highlight of your YouTube career has been so far?
I'm about to peak 60,000 subscribers, That's my highlight, I guess.
Okay. Highlight of filming the documentary so far?
Just meeting new people and, showing off my town. Well, it's not mine specifically, but, it's where I live.
When you were younger, when you were a kid, did you have any activities that you liked to do? Were you always into guitar, or did you do other stuff?
Video games and making wands.
You made wands when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm.
Was that less involved than it is now?
Yes.
Sticks you find?
Yes.
Gotcha. What video games did you play when you were a kid?
I played on a PlayStation 1 when I was younger. I remember that when that first came out. There was Tomb Raider, Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit 3, Mode 2 Racing, the Star Wars fighting game.
Oh, Masters of Terrascasi. I remember that one.
We had to fight to unlock Darth Vader.
Yep. Yeah.
Han Solo versus Arden Lit.
Yeah, there was you could use blasters or you could use lightsabers.
I had a power combo move with Han Solo where he'd headbutt you and then punch and then side kick and you go flying in the air. Yeah. And the blaster bullet would be boosh as you're falling in the air.
Yeah, I have fond memories of that one too. Did you have any close relationships as a child? Friends, family?
Definitely very close with my family. Friendships, yeah, man. I had a couple friends growing up that I still talk to this day, which is cool.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I think I wanted to be a famous musician when I grew up, you know?
So that stayed the same the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Starting to achieve that anyways.
I mean, you realize you're like a different type of person. You don't like follow society's rules, you know what I mean? Do you remember like being younger and what age or what time you realized like I'm not like everybody else, you know what I mean?
When I started becoming goth.
Really? What around what time was that?
Junior high.
What does being goth mean to you?
Just representing the darker side of things, you know, and seeing the beauty in even like darker situations. Just, really, for me, it's an expression. Really, it's you're able to express yourself. It's wearing all black, listening to music, you know.
Do you have siblings, and are you close with them?
3 younger sisters, and I'm close with 2 of them. The other one I do not, haven't seen in years, man.
Okay. Are they just like moved away?
No, they're from a different parent, the same parent but a different dad. So.
Gotcha. When you were younger, did you like going to school?
To a point. Yes, I did like it not really, actually. I was bullshitting you. No, I hated school. Okay. I got bullied my entire life since I was a kid, just because I'm different, you know?
Yeah. Was it just for being goth, or?
Well, I get bullied for being goth when I was a senior in high school. People would use words like tranny and I just ignore it, you know? You know, these assholes are working some deadbeat job. I'm a fucking famous YouTuber, so it really makes you think, you know?
Do you imagine having a family someday? Children or a family of your own?
Maybe when I build my clock tower dream house. Then I know they'd have more than enough money to be taken care of. Until then, no, not really. So there's a perk to having a sexual dry spell of almost 6 years.
You're pretty open about having autism and dealing with it. Is autism something that affects you, or is it something that you cope with?
Both. It does affect me, and I learn to cope with it.
What ways have you learned to cope with?
Recognizing my triggers and my signs, you know.
So it's just sort of an ongoing thing.
Yes, it's every day, dude.
What is it like living in Casper?
I like it, you know, it's a really pretty mountain town. It's all laid out very nicely. I know everyone, you know. Well, to a point, I don't know everyone, but I know us, you know, it's a small town. We all look out for each other, or try to at least.
Do people in Casper know what you do online?
Yes, I've met several fans here in town because of what I do on YouTube, man.
So there are some fans here in town. You deal with a lot of harassment and like trolls online and stuff. Is that something you ever experience in real life in Casper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Last Halloween, I was at a bar, and I filmed a couple of videos to promote the bar. And the trolls found out which bar I was at, so they harassed me at that bar until they phone call them and all kinds of dumb shit. And then the bar just told me to leave, basically, and then some asshole came up and started shoving me, and he's lucky I didn't kick his fucking ass. you know, and he's real fucking tough showing up with 3 other people. The dude was like half my size and had no muscle on him. I could have easily kicked his fucking ass. But I didn't, because I was trying to leave that bar as peacefully as possible. I didn't want to cause any more fucking drama. And he's all shoving me like, you better recognize, I know where you live, blah, 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 just talking all this shit. And I'm like, dude, it's not me harassing Frosties. It's my fucking asshole trolls. These miserable cocksuckers have no life. They're jealous that I'm doing my thing and enjoying it, you know, and what the fuck are they doing? They have nothing. The only thing they have in their life is taking the piss out of me, you know, and I'm bloody sick of it. But I just laugh at it, you know. At the same time, I learned to just laugh at it and ignore it, you know. You wouldn't like it being done to you, so why do it to someone else? That's, you know. Yeah, man.
Do you enjoy making YouTube videos as a career?
Mm-hmm. Yes. YouTube can be a pain in the ass when they change the rules and like the fairness of it, you know. If I didn't enjoy making YouTube videos, I'd quit, to be honest.
Have you ever thought about quitting YouTube?
Not really, no. Taking a break, yeah. Work on my story and just relax.
The place you're at now, doing YouTube, making wands, you know, your state of life at this point. Is this your ideal, or do you aspire to have more?
I aspire to have more. I like where I'm at, like with my career. But I know I'm going to do great things with my life. Yeah. I aspire to build my Victorian Second Empire clock-towered mansion. Start my own toy company. You know, just maybe someday I'll get my own scent of tactical soap. Have an officially licensed BC Rich guitar, because I love BC Rich Warlocks, not a sponsor.
So this isn't like the end goal for King Cobra.
No, it isn't.
Sweet. Are you at where you thought you would be at this point in your life?
Honestly, no. I had no idea how big I'd become when I first started doing the Gothic King Cobra 52 in my parents' basement.
Back then, it was like something fun.
Yeah, something fun. Record myself playing guitar and post it, see where it goes. And then, like, this dude, the Wolf from the B9, I believe is what it was called, started talking about me, and I shouted out their vlog, and then it just fucking took off from there, you know.
That was, like, the turning point.
Mm-hmm. People have this weird obsession with me, and when you're a fan, it's cool, but when you're a troll, it's just laughable and kind of annoying, to be honest.
Yeah. How do you think that your content has changed over the years?
Not as cringe. I watched my old hair dye video, and I was just like, ugh, that was so annoying.
You didn't like it?
I thought it was clever at the time when I did it, but look, that was like 6 years ago. I think my content's gotten more serious, to be honest. I still have my funny moments. I got my joke videos, you know.
Okay. So do you feel that way about most of your old content? Just kind of like, it's not as good.
To a point, yes. Some of the videos are classics, like how to make a custom-made Daisy bootlegger, mare's leg. Those golden ones that I make, those are fun to make.
Hell yeah. But you're more happy with where you're at now?
Yes.
How does your family feel about you doing YouTube?
They support me, but they hate my trolls as much as I do.
Obviously you deal with trolls, you deal with hate. You've been involved in a lot of what fans or trolls or whoever would consider controversies over the years. Is there anything in your career that you regret, or is it just kind of you move on?
I regret being oversharing on YouTube, just some of the things, you know. being more like self-aware of like boogers hanging out of my nose before filming. That's kind of the joke with the avocado video, and the deep-fried avocado was delicious, but fucking, they're like, you got a booger hanging out of your nose. I'm like, no, I don't. And I watched the video. I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. So now it's become the running joke with that bite-sized Cobra, where he's just like, I'm gonna do like the grossest representation of Josh I possibly can, just to make fun of him. Yeah. And like going back to what I was saying about that asshole that was shoving me outside the bar, I could have kicked his ass, but then I would have had to deal with more trouble, because as soon as he fucking left, the cops showed up and they were just like, well, they want to trespass you from the bar. And I explained the situation, who I am, and they didn't even fuck with me after that. They were just like, do you have a gun on you? And I said, yeah, it's fake. You want to see it? No, keep it in your holster, okay? And then as soon as I explained the situation and they left, I got a ride home from my sister, and that was the end of it. So it's a good thing I wasn't in the middle of, like, you know, and that's just the thing. I'm a big autistic dude. I got this retard strength, and I gotta learn to control. I learned to like control it to a point. Like, yeah, I might fly off the handle, and I've gotten so much better at my temper. I think that's one thing I can honestly say I'm proud of. Is I don't like the way I look when I freak out on camera. You know, like, ah, goddamn, smacking the hat and shit. I'm gonna grab my fucking vape pen.
So, so you said that you're a little more aware of like oversharing and stuff. Does that mean that you, like, do you think you have sort of tried to keep things from the fans a little bit over the years, like try to not tell them as much?
Yes, very much.
And that's just something you've learned from dealing with all the bullshit. Like there are certain, like the avocado video, you feel like it's become like a meme now. Do you think that people get your content, or do you think people
they either get it, like it, or they fucking hate it? You know, going back to the oversharing thing, I regret bragging about me and Ellen's friendship on YouTube. But it is what it is. I've completely left her alone. And I don't hang out with Walt and Angie unless I'm invited. You know, and I'll just show up unannounced. I'll call and check up on them, see how they're doing every once in a while, you know?
Yeah. So you just kind of wish you would have, that she would have been a friend, and you wouldn't have, the trolls basically wouldn't have gotten a hold of that information.
Well, I was trying to be your friend first, to be honest, you know? I valued her friendship, so I bragged about it on YouTube, because people would talk shit about people with Asperger's. Back when me and Ellen were still talking buddies, you know, she would tell those people to fuck off. She's like, nonsense, my buddy Josh has autism, and he's got his own wand business. Just think about having autism. People just look at you like you're either some kind of freak or like a zoo exhibit, and they're all scientists jotting down on their fucking papers.
Are you happy with the current content you make, or would you like to try new things?
I'm happy with it. I am. I took a break from doing like the whole transgender relation rants that I do, because I'm for gender and trans equality. But like the extremes on these topics, the assholes who ruin it for everyone, it just gets exhausting. Like fucking Target with their transgender clothing line. I'm like, you know what? Who gives a fuck? As long as, you know, they wait till they're 18 or older and they've hit puberty and gone through it to get the surgeries. Who cares if kids want to explore being trans? But there's a big difference between teaching kids to accept LGBTQ and grooming them. A big difference. Fuck sickos. It's easier to detransition if it's just clothes, you know?
True.
Like if your kid identifies as a cigarette smoker, would you start buying them cigarettes? I mean, it alters their body. Yeah. So it's, you know, it's a fair argument.
Yeah. You know, if you have one question for me to ask Cobes in person, what is it?
I think if like Josh now and Josh from the past met, would Josh from the past think he was cool?
If you met your younger self today, do you think he would like you?
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Do you think you guys would like hang out and chill and stuff?
Like, yeah, when you're older, you're totally gonna smoke a pipe and have a double barrel shotgun and be a famous YouTuber and everything. So, like, yeah, man. Get to own my favorite gun and I get to smoke a tobacco pipe. So, yeah, my younger self would dig me.
Hell yeah.
I would ask Cobra why he does not ride bike anymore.
Why don't you ride bike anymore?
I do. It's just broken. The tire's flat. I gotta replace the tube. I gotta lug it down to the bike shop and then have the tube replaced. And then it's rideable again.
Hell yeah.
But I'm so far away from the bike shop now that it's like, eh.
It's not real close.
No, it's not. It used to be like right next door to my old apartment, but like now it's a grip away from where I'm at right now, which I love where I'm at. It's perfect.
Yeah, you're right though. I mean, we drove by your old apartment. That's a bit of a hike. One of the things you said earlier in the week was that you don't really get out much anymore. Do you enjoy just staying inside, or do you like wish you got out more?
A little bit of both. I do wish that sometimes I go out to the bars more and just like hang out. Yeah. But like it's safer to drink at home, especially where I'm at, you know, with my situation with everything. Yeah. I get too drunk and I don't got to worry about calling for a ride or walking home. I'm already there, you know.
True. Do you see yourself as more of an introvert or an extrovert?
What do those mean again?
Introverted is like you're more of like a stay-at-home person. You don't outwardly like socialize, but
yeah, I'm more of an introvert. Yeah.
Okay. Introverts usually like if you go to a party or something, you generally have to like go home and recharge a little bit because it's kind of tiring to talk to people and stuff.
Well, I'm a little bit more of an introvert, but like socially, I've learned to adapt with my Asperger's and be more of an extrovert. I try to be cool with people. I don't judge unless you're an inhuman, racist, sexist, piece of shit, sicko, you know, homophobic, transphobic, whatever. Fuck all that shit. Yeah. Animal abusers can fuck off too.
It seems like in past content, there was a lot more characters, let's say, appearing in videos, but it doesn't seem to be that common these days. Why do you think that is?
Them characters have moved on, or it's just a change in my content, whether I like it or not.
Is that a conscious thing to like keep people from trolls, or?
No, it's just I don't socialize as much as I used to. I don't get out very much. I'm pretty much a hermit. Just me and my boy Puff chilling.
I mean, you seem to like that, so.
Oh yeah, I love Puff. He's an awesome lizard. He's a handsome little bastard. Very proud too. No, I opened the window in my room, but I left the glass part closed because it was raining. And Puff isn't bothered by thunderstorms.
Oh, he didn't mind it?
No, checking out on him, and he's just on his log watching the thunder outside, like it's a damn TV program.
Just judging from, like conversations online, some people seem to think that you have like a substance abuse issue. What do you think about that?
I don't have a substance abuse issue. And that's what pisses me off about the hypocrisy of alcohol, to be honest. They glamorize drugs and alcohol, but then as soon as you do them, it's seen as a problem. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you smoke weed for your depression, people call you a stoner and a druggie, but they'll prescribe you an antidepressant that causes thoughts of suicide and a bunch of other shit. Like the quit smoking pill Chantix is the worst. If you look up the side effects for Chantix, you're better off, if you're going to quit smoking, you're better off cold turkeying that son of a bitch.
Yeah, because it's like suicide and like
vivid or strange dreams, hallucinations, seizures, depression, irritability after quitting Chantix. Yeah. I ain't gonna quit smoking.
Yeah, me neither. So you don't really think it's an issue? You think the internet's just kind of blowing it out of?
No, it's not. Like, I noticed that my drinking does get worse around Christmas time because I'm not the biggest fan of it. And I think my biggest issue with my alcohol is if I get blackout drunk and I'm mad about something, don't take it out on the people who care about me. That's why I felt just absolutely awful about the way I acted around my family last Christmas. I ended up in the drunk tank. My first time in being in jail, and hopefully my last.
Yeah.
When I sobered up and realized what the fuck I did, I was like, that's just not who I am,
Was that something you feel you regretted, the Christmas incident?
Yeah, not my proudest moments. Having my dad pick me up from jail around on Christmas, be like, there was a bell tower down the street going off, and there were crows and ravens flying over my head. So for me, it was kind of majestic, but I really couldn't appreciate it that much because I felt like shit. Absolute dog shits.
You did seem to kind of own it a little bit, though. I mean,
I owned up to it.
Yeah. So.
And I acknowledged that I got to cut down on my drinking. And people don't see when I cut down on drinking. If I have a drink on camera, it's automatically, oh, you're supposed to be quitting Cobra. And it's like, shut up. You don't see what I go through off camera. Memorial Day sale for Grondike soap. I love it. I love my tactical soap. I've been told no by every chick I've liked since the 4th grade. It hurts when you get rejected by every girl you like, but I still try. Grondike, supercharge your charm this Memorial Day with 20% off everything. Site-wide sale starts today. Use code all capital letters, Memorial, the number 20 at checkout. Yeah. No, I like wearing tactical soap because women like the smell of it. See, I don't have to get laid to appreciate what it does for my my social life with the ladies.
Another thing that so obviously people worry about the perceived substance abuse thing. Another thing people were really worried about was that I noticed in the discussions was like Duster. Are you still currently doing that?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay. Do you think that there's a problem there, or you just...
No, I don't, to be honest.
Phase?
No, I inhaled an entire can and a half of air duster in one day, and it fucked me up real good, but I didn't die from it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm Ozzy Osbourne's biggest fan. Of course I'm going to fuck with drugs and alcohol. I hope you guys like the interview here that we're doing.
It's going good so far.
That's good. Yeah, man.
Do you think your health has declined at all in recent years?
No idea, to be honest. I don't really care about how healthy I am. I just live fast and enjoy the moment,
Yeah. You don't go to the doctor at all?
Not unless I really absolutely need it. No, I don't go to the doctor's office unless I absolutely need to.
It seems like the wand making is extremely lucrative.
Very lucrative.
People buy those. Those all sell out immediately, don't they?
Like hotcakes, my dude.
Why don't you make more? It seems like
it keeps the demand up, and
Okay, so it's like a
more exclusive, yes.
Purposeful exclusivity.
Yes.
The other thing that seemed extremely lucrative was TTS.
Don't have to talk shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you don't like the way I cook...
Hey, dumb lol.
Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Yep, I'm as stupid can be, let me tell you.
Is there a reason you don't do that anymore, or do you ever think that's gonna?
Well, people would like donate to talk shit and then do a chargeback, so my PayPal would be in the negative because this is how obsessed people are with trolling me. So I quit doing that because of the chargebacks, and now StreamYards, I guess they can't do chargebacks anymore because people are abusing it on people like me. So, and I'm like, I don't need their money that badly, to be honest. If you want to talk shit to me and pay me money, like, I could just laugh and take their money. They're going to do it anyways, regardless of what I do, so.
So you don't think the actual TTS will make a comeback ever?
No. No.
And so you think that it's not worth the money that you're getting to have to actually hear the shit come out of your speakers?
Pretty much, exactly. And the shit they would say is just fucking disgusting, dude.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think the trolls bother you?
It used to be like a 7 or a 6, but now it's down to a 0. I don't let it bother me anymore because now they're pawns in my chess game, and I'm winning. I don't actively, like, okay, here's the thing of it. My trolls will spend all day texting me from burner numbers, and then they brag about it on these other websites, you know. And I don't actively go out of my way to troll my trolls. I'd rather spend all day playing guitar or listening to Ozzy Osbourne or watching YouTube, you know, and like I don't make time for these assholes. Yeah. And I don't have to get inside their fucking head. I get a bearded dragon and just flooded with hate comments. Yeah. They tell to my dad, my landlord, and anyone who would listen, and nobody cares. Yeah. Telling my dad, oh, you better take that lizard away because Josh is blah, 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 just talking all this shit. My dad said, look, my son is autistic. He's good with animals. He'll do great with Puff. Leave him the fuck alone. Yeah. Like, no, I'm not going to take my son's fucking lizard away. Leave him the fuck alone.
Do you think the trolls have any effect on the way that you present yourself?
Not really, no, because if it did, I'd stop dressing goth.
So you just... And does that mindset... It seems like that mindset extends to everyone. Like, you just do your own thing.
Pretty much. That's why people seem to like me / hate me. I'm not afraid to just do my thing and fuck what anybody thinks, you know.
Why do you think people like your content? What do you think it is that makes you so...
No fucking idea. If they enjoy it, then cool, you know what I'm saying? I honestly have no idea what makes people like my content so much. I could tell you why they hate me, though, because I'm not afraid to be myself, and they're insecure with who they are as people, and they're afraid to be judged as people for who they are, and that's why they hate me, you know?
Yeah. You said that your relationship with your dad has improved over the years.
It has, yes. Now that I've moved out, and I've been living on my own for well over 10 years, it's gotten better. Father-son relationships can be complicated, especially if I'm my dad's first and oldest kid, so you know how that goes.
Yeah. Do you think that's why it improved? Is it just because you moved out, or do you?
Yeah, and I think my dad, just wants to establish a healthier father-son relationship.
So it's like both of you making more of an effort?
Yes.
Okay. That's good.
The other day I went over to his house and I took my lathe with me and we sat there and he carved on goblets while I made wands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was making goblets?
Yeah, my dad makes wooden goblets. They're pretty cool.
That's awesome.
My dad got into woodworking because he saw how much I enjoyed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tried carving a wand on my lathe with me one time. And he said it was so much fun that he had to get... So my dad's got a wood shop in his basement.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, very sweet, yes.
You said that you stopped going to bars because of trolls harassing the places and stuff.
It's not really that. I just stopped going to bars because it kind of... I still enjoy going to the bar, but just not as much as when I was younger because, it does tend to lose the appeal after a bit when they're charging too much for drinks. And you don't know how the asshole next to you is going to get when they start drinking. Yeah. Fuck the trolls, dude. I stopped going to bars just because it's more convenient to drink at home, if anything. I get too drunk and pass out. I fall asleep in my chair. And no one's going to be like, hey, you need to wake up, Cobra. Quit sleeping.
That's true. So it's just more for the convenience and you're just not into it as much anymore?
No, but I did have a fun time at karaoke the other night.
We did too. That was dope as hell.
It reminded me of why I still like going to the bars, you know, wearing my tactical soap and smelling sexy for the bar honeys.
You know, a question I just thought of was you seemed to, when we did go to the bar, you seemed to really, really enjoy the communal aspect of it and the other people singing karaoke and everything. Is that like a big appeal to you?
Yes, it is. Just keeping the music alive, you know.
Yeah, other people enjoying music and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
Do you recognize a difference between malicious trolls and trolls that are like having fun with you? Maybe.
I'm starting to, yes. Okay. But sometimes it's hard to tell. Yeah. Having autism, I can't tell who's fucking with me and who's being legit. And sometimes I'll take like constructive criticism and like mistake it as trolling. And it's like, I didn't ask for your constructive criticism. I don't give you fucking my 2 cents. And if I do, it's on my channel and no one's forcing you to fucking watch.
Yeah. Yeah, like it seems like there's two, at least from the way I view it, it seems like there's two, and maybe you view it differently because you're just getting fucked with and you don't want to get fucked with at all. But it seems like the troll that swatted you, that's malicious. But then it seems like people will send you.
I hate my YouTube trolls need to get a life more than I need to get laid. Your obsession with me is fucking sad. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it seems like the troll, for example, the troll that swatted you, that's like malicious. But then it seems like sometimes people will send you like the fake cigar prank, you know, where they sent you the fake cigar and it was like the snake that came out.
Like the glitter bomb, yeah.
Like that seems a little less.
I mean, it's juvenile, but it's harmless.
Yeah, yeah. You said you're starting to come around to seeing a difference between those two?
Mm-hmm.
Do you perceive that as...
I hate those more than I love Cobra.
Do you perceive that difference in your thinking? Do you see that as like a big change that you've made over the years?
Trying to see it, yes. It's hard with the Asperger's, but I do the best that I can, you know.
What do you think the end goals of your trolls are?
They want to see me dead in a hospital bed. They want to see me homeless in a ditch, in a group home, living at home with my parents. They want to see me commit murder, whatever. They want to see me locked up in a mental institution. It's not going to happen. They want to see me deleting my YouTube channel and everything that I do. And it's just like, dude, the time you waste trolling Cobra is time you could be investing into bettering your life and yourself. Why do you hate Cobra? Ask yourself that important question. Because he's got this, this, and this, and this. Well, if you don't have those things, how can you change that?
Yeah. Do you think that there's an end to the dry spell?
I don't care if the dry spell ends, to be honest.
Doesn't matter at this point?
No, after almost 6 years, you just learn to quit caring. The first 2 to 3 years were the hardest. Year 4 and 5, which I'm on year 5 right now, I realized that it doesn't matter if I get laid, because dating in general sucks. So instead of like spending all my time fucking complaining because I can't get laid, there are bigger issues in our society. Sickos are a thing. Women and men are getting abused on their relationships. And I hate it. I fucking absolutely hate it.
I think that people like online think that you don't take good care of yourself. What do you think you do as a part of like self-care? You know, something that's just for you, that you know, maybe like some people take baths or do yoga or, you know, just relax or meditate.
I play guitar to help with my stress.
That's like a de-stress kind of thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is that the only thing you have, or do you think...
I carve wands and watch YouTube videos and smoke marijuana and tobacco. I use tobacco, yeah, and drink.
Kind of seems like cooking is one too. You seem to really, really enjoy the whole process.
I do enjoy cooking, yes.
It seems like YouTube is your preferred method of media consumption? Like, you don't seem to watch very many movies or play games or watch TV shows or like read books that often. It seems like you prefer YouTube over those.
I do watch TV shows, yes, but they're all cartoons. And I do play video games on occasionally, just not as much as I used to.
Yeah. Why do you think you like YouTube the most? What is it about YouTube that you just really enjoy?
It's random. You're not going to get the same thing, you know? There's like 10 million content creators, and they're all just doing their thing, and it's awesome.
It's true. It's just the variety, amount of stuff. Have you ever considered moving out of Casper, or do you want to stay here?
No, I want to stay here. I travel the world and see places, but I like Casper, yeah.
This is your home. You like to come back here.
Yeah, when I build my clock-towered mansion, it's going to be on the outskirts of Casper, on my own private land.
It seems like lately you don't live stream as much. Why do you think that is?
Internet issues is the only reason.
Okay.
Chat gets disconnected, or it doesn't record the video I'm responding to, the sound shuts off.
What is your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Building my clock tower dream house. Winning the lottery.
Do you play the lottery?
Yes, I do, when it gets real high.
What's your preferred play? Is it like scratch offs or is it like the Powerball?
Powerball and Mega Millions. You want to win the lottery and get signed by a record deal? That'd be cool. Like major record deal.
Especially lately, maybe like the last couple years, you've really been blowing up. It seems like you're going into like the next tier of your career, and you're getting like a lot of really big opportunities, like Danny Brown and ABBA and Preach and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem like you follow up on them very much. Why do you think that is?
I get blown up all the time with like people texting me and shit. I don't care how big I blow up, I just focus on doing my thing, you know?
Yeah. So do you think it's hard to distinguish between like what's a troll and what's like a real opportunity?
It can be hard, yes.
Have you ever thought about maybe getting like a second phone that's like just business?
Nope.
No. You like the way you do it?
Mm-hmm.
So recently there's been like a kind of a big campaign to get you on Fish Tank season 2. Do you think you might realistically do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Find someone to watch Puffin, I'm totally down.
Oh, yeah.
My family said they'd help with that.
Your family did?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the people that talk about your friendship with Ellen?
Depends on what they're saying. And I don't have a friendship with her anymore. We don't even talk to each other. I leave her alone and I just ignore her. If I'm hanging out with Walt and Angie, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And she comes over to visit her parents, I don't even acknowledge her. Just to be polite, and that's it. If I walk by her, I'll say, excuse me, just to be polite. Yeah. And that's the extent of it.
Do you feel like the trolls ruined that?
They did, and me oversharing and bragging about our friendship didn't help either. My trolls couldn't handle having girls they like scared off from them because of me. They would fucking hate being treated like me.
Sometimes you mention businesses, local businesses and stuff on stream, and it seems like the trolls then take that business and then start harassing them. Have you tried to like mention businesses less as time has gone on, just because, like, do you feel like you can't mention businesses on stream now because the trolls are just gonna fuck with them?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I try to get the free advertisements and be like, hey, you know, this gets the Cobra seal of approval, and like, yeah, exactly why. And I don't want them getting harassed just because I'm trying to get them more customers, you know?
Yeah. Are there any big things that you still want to do with your life? Career goals, travel, personal goals, stuff like that?
Not at the moment, no. I do want to see London and Big Ben someday, but that'll have to wait.
If you could take 3 things from your apartment to a deserted island, what would they be?
My puffers, and plenty of food to keep them alive. And like the stuff for my cell phone so I can like make videos on the island.
How does having mental illness affect your relationships with others?
They tend to stay away from me, like, unless they're used to Josh and my randomness, then they don't care.
Does that bother you?
Yes and no.
Do you go to therapy?
Currently, yes.
Do you enjoy it?
No, yes and no.
What do you like and not like about it?
I like having someone to talk to and just bitch without being judged. I don't like it because, you know, talking about it's not going to make it go away. Therapy is just a more healthy way of dealing with your problems, I guess.
Yeah.
Talking about your problems doesn't make them go away. Drinking your problems away doesn't make it go away, so it's just frustrating, I guess.
By the end of the interview, I could tell Josh was starting to get a little short. When Josh is confronted with too much, he doesn't really just start to get angry, he just kind of shuts down. He doesn't really get pissed, he just fully stops responding. This is kind of the point that we got to with him. After the interview, I wanted to give Josh a parting gift. While we were in town, we had a custom sign made for him. It was a reference to a joke that he had made earlier in the week at the bar. I hoped it was something he could remember us by, and thank you for being so hospitable. I just want to say again, like, 100% dude, you were fucking super gracious for all this, letting us come in here and invade your space for a week, and just opening your life to us. We really appreciate it. So we got you this made. It's a little sign for your house.
That is badass.
With your favorite colors and the snake on it and stuff. It's a little canvas, so you should just be able to nail it up somewhere.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. With that, we headed out once again. But before we left, I wanted to try and get an interview with Clint. Josh's dad is a very large figure in his life and his channel. He's almost as much a part of the Cobraverse as Josh himself is. He can be a very divisive figure. Some people don't think that he takes as good of care of Josh as he should, and this inspires a lot of hatred. He can be pretty outspoken as well, which adds fuel to the flame. I figured I had to try and get an interview with him if I could. Josh was not very receptive to this idea at all, though. At this point, I figured it was a lost cause. I would later email Clint after the trip was done and have a brief dialogue with him. We left Josh, and after the interview, I honestly expected him to be upset. I knew I was going to have to press him on certain topics, but he responded pretty well to it. He was excited for the project and wanted to see it come to fruition. We left and prepared to meet Darth the next day. This was the last day we spent with Josh. We agreed to meet Josh and Darth in a park nearby Josh's apartment. We arrived at 2 p.m. and of course we had to wait over an hour for the pair to get there.
Darth Lenny?
Nice to meet you, man.
You too.
Oh, yeah.
John.
Here, I would. Yeah, shake. John. Nice to meet you.
Michael, most YouTube knows me as Darth Lenny, and actually I went to high school with him.
Is that how you guys met?
Yeah.
Okay. What age?
A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, it's been over a decade.
Okay. Like, what brought you guys together? Why did you become friends?
Not completely too sure.
Yeah.
I know we was both more on the outcast side. First interaction, we actually ended up having the same art class together.
Okay.
Mr. Cool's class.
Yeah. Probably youngest teacher I've ever known.
Really?
Actually, the first day, he was sitting there standing, and I actually told him he might want to take a seat before the teacher gets in.
Yeah.
So a couple minutes later, he stepped out of the room. A couple minutes later, he came back in and was like, "I'm the teacher. Surprise, motherfucker." A couple weeks into that semester, saw that he was oversetting by himself, so went over and offered him to come join my little group.
Ingrained part of the Cobra verse, we'll call it. You know what I mean? Yeah. How does that feel? Do you not really think about it? Is it just kind of like, it was just there, you know? Or,
Don't really think about it much.
What do you think is the one thing that people don't know about Josh that watch him?
I think a lot of it is they watch and then they kind of just tunnel in, and only really see what they want. But for the most part, pretty much everything on camera is pretty much right on the sleeve.
Yeah, you think that creates like a warped
Negative perception.
Yeah, like a negative perception or a warped version of Josh.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of times when people do tunnel in, they just kind of block out everything else that is there at that moment.
Yeah.
Let's see what they want to see, man.
So have you ever had any experience with like trolls or anything like that?
I live around trolls. Actually, there's, and to kind of go into that a little bit, actually at work, there's one person that for probably 8-9 months was sitting there constantly trying to get me fired.
Really?
So,
damn.
I probably experienced trolling a lot more than I think I do.
Yeah.
Only because I don't really pay much attention to it.
Yeah. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't affect.
Not so much.
Yeah. And is that just people? Is that people from that know you from his content, or is that just your own, just like randos?
Option D, C, all of the above.
Yeah, just all of it. Okay. Being a part of the videos and being a part of the universe almost gets you some sort of characterization. Do you think you've been like mischaracterized at all in the videos or online or anything like that? Do you feel a similar thing to Josh, or do you?
Like, I know in some viewings, yes, I am. But for the most part, I have no clue.
Yeah, you don't look at the stuff online or anything like that.
Not much. I'm not good with technology in general, like at all. So, like with all the Reddit, I don't even barely know how to get to Reddit.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess that's good though.
I'm sure
if there is it, you can't see it. You know?
Exactly.
How would you describe Josh to somebody who doesn't know him?
Josh.
What do you think has kept you guys friends all these years?
His sense of humor, man, Josh makes me fucking laugh. If I hear it, just do everything.
That one's kind of hard because a lot of times through high school, you'll
meet a lot of people. You'll become friends with some.
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be most of those friends were more just acquaintances.
Yeah.
So I think it's the ones who don't let the time get between it. 'Cause, I mean, there's times where Josh and I will talk daily. We'll meet up and hang out daily. All the way to, I think the largest gap that we had was 4 years.
Okay.
No contact.
Yeah. It's just, do you have anything that you want to say about Josh or the Cobra verse or anything that that you feel you want to say? Or
Pretty much just in order to actually understand Josh, just look at all the little different pieces instead of just tunneling in on select few. And with the autism, that does show way different variation.
Yeah.
So taking that into consideration, a lot of people who don't have any neurodivergent experience probably just not going to take any of it into consideration. But it's pretty much like me with severe ADHD. They're both different forms of neurodivergent. With me, it's not as profound from outside. Where with Josh, it is more visible to outer influence. Well, not outer influence, but outer vision. And I think a lot of times that's just kind of brushed under the table.
Yeah.
And some things are just blamed on one thing when it's actually different. Yeah. And which comes back to tunneling in on specific things that individual wants to look for.
Gotcha. Darf was incredibly nice. He's just such a wholesome guy and super kind and generous. I still think he's my favorite of Josh's friends. Even after the interview was over, he talked to us for like 20 minutes about Casper, some places we should visit, how to get there, and specifically this place that Starship Troopers was filmed at. He's honestly just a class act. When we left the two sitting in the pavilion, it felt like the end of a big thing. There was no grand goodbye to Josh. We just left him with his friend. In that moment, it didn't really feel like a lot, but looking back, this is the last time we would see Josh in person. Why do you think people watch Cobra?
You're gonna like this. I'm doing this just for you. You can even cut out this bit of me talking if you want, but fascination, my son. It all boils down to why is this man the way he is? Why does he have 53,000 subscribers? What's the intro to the Christian? What's the fascination? Why do we watch that kind of deal?
Yes, yeah.
Trying to figure that out, I think, is one of the biggest appeals of being a Cobra fan, if you will. Yeah, everybody has their own reasons for watching. Like, you take me, a hopeful guy who just wanted to see the guy do some good. Then you got other people who just want to see him fall on his face, or, God forbid, maybe there's one person in the entire world that thinks, man, I love this avant-garde music.
I think that the reason why people like KingCobraJFS is that he is just so starkly fascinating for someone who is a new viewer. Like, you're just gonna get pulled in by some, one of those clips, like, I'm so good at guitar, it's a wonder I'm not drowning in pussy right now. or the of age, cisgender, alive, human, non-related. Like somebody hears that and they just, they're like, oh, he's being silly, and then they start watching a couple videos and they're like, I'm intrigued. But then for a while, these moments were not, you had a couple of these silly, like, aha moments, but then you also had, 10 hours of video in a week of just, kind of rambling, or maybe like a fan mail opening, or pipe thoughts or whatever, to where, okay, now that they're gonna see that and they're gonna go, okay, well, that clip was funny, but I'm gonna go on over here now. I think, as I mentioned before, sort of the increasingly deeper hole of the negative feedback loop that Cobra has found himself in.
Because I think he's fascinating. So like there are some trolls, well, not trolls, the more viewers that like occasionally watch Josh. They don't really keep up with the community or whatever. They're not really like kept up with all the lore, but they occasionally watch him. I think they're fascinated by him because they're the complete opposite. And like they just like think that he's hilarious. And then I think that there's another group that relate to him in some way, and like not necessarily like to the fullest extent, but like whether it be that they had a problem with alcohol, they had a problem with drugs, that rather they had depression and didn't bathe or whatever the fuck. I think that like there's that subsection, and then there's like another group that's like a lot older that like see him as are a lot more mature, probably have had kids, and they tried to like look out for him. And like I feel like a lot of the older trolls, like a lot of the ones that may be more bitter now than most, or like that gatekeep more than most, I think that they have a soft spot for Josh, and I think they have the best intentions in their mind. I like it's like hard to like nail the exact reason to why you find Josh fascinating.
Really strange. He does weird things like drink combos and stuff. Like, it's really interesting. Interestingly strange. Yeah. Honestly, I think it's because like we all live such normal lives, and then when we see somebody like that, it's like, what the heck? Like, you get to see what like in their lives. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but
Before writing this script, when we got home, I took a week to just think everything through and ruminate on our trip. I wanted to separate myself from the experience and try and arrive at the answers I was looking to find. So did I answer those questions? Why do people watch KingCobraJFS? Well, because he's a spectacle. At least that's the reason people watch him now. New viewers have flooded in from multiple different places. These people primarily watch Josh to see the implosion, to see the man fall down in real time. Maybe if they watch enough, they'll catch it. But that's not why I watch Josh. It's hilarious when he freaks out or has too much to drink or messes something up or gets successfully trolled. It's great, but I didn't start watching Josh for that reason. One thing I noticed when interviewing people for the documentary was the common thread of people finding him through the Trapped documentary. The Trapped documentary is very simple. It's a slice of life. It follows Josh around town, and we listen to him ramble about a variety of different topics. Josh is young here, but he still has that spark in him. There's something there. It's an honesty, a vulnerability, and openness. At this point, he has nothing to lose. He really genuinely doesn't seem to care what people think. Sure, there's some insecurity deep down, and things would definitely get to him, but he cared more about being himself than anything else. That documentary resonated with people. It distilled the essence of why people liked to watch Josh at that time. This was clear in his old content as well. But that's not the Josh we see today. At least it's not the one that I see. Josh doesn't seem honest, willing, or vulnerable to do really anything. It almost seems like he doesn't even like doing YouTube anymore. It seems like a chore for him, something he only does when he runs out of alcohol or food. He forces himself to go live or make a video. Where did this change occur? Why did it happen? Is it depression from substance abuse? Or is it just being sick of the routine? I'm not really sure, but I think Josh has been broken down over the years. And sure, maybe it was self-inflicted, but I don't think this is just general aging. Josh has dug himself into a hole. He wants so badly to not have to work and watch YouTube all day or whatever it is that he does, that he'll put himself through whatever to meet that goal. Everyone strays from the path on their way to their goals, but it doesn't seem like Josh can even see the path anymore. He clearly rejects every solution that's put in front of him. He doesn't seem to want to get better. He doesn't seem to want to try. And to be honest, I don't think he ever will. I think this path only leads down. We're on the decline. It's only a matter of time until Josh happens upon another can of duster, or drinks too much in the wrong place, or doesn't pay the right bill. Any of these accidents could send the boy spiraling, and it can be kind of sad to see. I think this is most people's problem with Josh. They see his issues, and he sees his issues, but only the viewer sees the blatant disregard for those issues, and the shirking of every opportunity to get better. The thing that I still can't even understand is why Josh doesn't take the myriad of opportunities that are handed to him. Why he doesn't ride this wave and propel himself upwards. Even when I suggested that he get another phone number for business, all I got was a very quick,
"Nope."
This is one small part of the bone that people have to pick with Josh. With all that being said, there's still a glimmer of the old Josh underneath all that. He may not be as open anymore, he may get lost in thought loops, he may seem bored or uncaring, but Josh still tries as hard as he can to be himself. He may just not care what other people think, or he may care so hard that he's forced himself into the other direction. But I do genuinely hope that Josh gets better. I hope he begins to find good things in his life. I hope he turns things around and gets the help that he needs. To be honest, we don't know what's going on in that boggling brain of his, and we never will for certain. But regardless, I'll be watching a wizened Gothic king stream from his empire of dirt. Bye, Dad.